you there. Let's take a walk together. I will start with Punch newspaper this morning. Let's give you top stories quickly. Kano manufacturers to dump discos for NDPHC power. Confiscated undeclared cash at airports hits $2.2 million, according to a report. Julius Berger resumes work on Abuja Centenary City after 11 years. After 11 whole years. Moving on, Yoruba leaders push for Makinde Adeleke intervention in Alafin Oni conflict. Sick and stranded. Presidential order fails to curb soaring drug prices. Sick and stranded. Presidential order fails to curb soaring drug prices. PDP NEC gets zoning reports today amidst convention crisis. And then locals beg federal government as Osun Ondo federal roads crumble. Pregnancy faking widow nabbed with cocaine in Lagos. Priscilla Ojo, Juma Jokes welcome baby boy in Canada. Broke retired players should be jailed. Idea. Broke retired players should be jailed. This according to Idea. And then to some of the political stories now. Beyond Tambuwal's carnival reception, Aliyu builds legacy through reforms. Ex-KB PDP governorship candidate resigns from party. Where is he heading to? We'll get to find out. Benue Assembly gets new speaker. Bring back Jonathan. Group urges ex-president to contest 2027 elections. Bring back. Good luck, Jonathan. Rufai hails unity spirit as Tinubu SDP merges into ADC. I'll take that again for you. Rufai hails unity spirit as Kaduna SDP merges into ADC. And then to some of the stories now, APC group backs Bauchi lawmaker for 2027 governorship. David Mark mourns ex-Plateau military administrator Mana. ADC factional chairman denies registration from party, or resignation rather from party. ADC factional chairman denies resignation from party. And then finally here, 50% of my constituents are in IDP camp. Benue lawmaker as the one speaking this morning. Check your time now, 7:07 a.m. This is VOP FM. We move now to Vanguard newspaper for some more interesting stories. Now, let's go. ADC to Tinubu declare state of emergency in Katsina, Zamfara over insecurity. Declare state of emergency in Katsina and Zamfara state. And then to some of the headlines now. Yield tide 131% surge in airfares to east and south sparks passengers outcry. Is a very, very serious one, just right there this morning. Okay, and then to some of the headlines now on economy. Declining manufacturing agri sectors threaten Nigeria's industrialization. Declining manufacturing agri sectors threaten Nigeria's industrialization. And let's see some of the headlines now, everyone. Totally a beggar nation at last. Totally a beggar nation at last is a piece you might just want to read. It's called the Vanguard newspaper. And then ADC to Tinubu declare state of emergency in Katsina and Zamfara over insecurity. And then let's check up some more now. Tinubu's Brazil visit strategic. is a game changer in economic diversification. This is according to the presidency. Said Tinubu's Brazil visit, very strategic, is a game changer in economy. Yes. Okay. SEC warns against investing with G-Vest Global. On economy now, sell pressures deflate stock market as investors lose 2.3 trillion naira in 5 days. Still on economy, poverty drives undergraduates to sell snacks, sweets in campuses. Poverty drives undergraduates to sell snacks, to sell sweets, and some of the stuff in universities or in campuses. Operation Sweep pushes hoodlums to FCT suburbs. Residents lament raids. Operation Sweep pushes hoodlums to FCT suburbs. Of course, residents lament raids. ADC to Tinubu declares state of emergency in Katsina, Zamfara over insecurity. The story is coming again and again here. Igboho breaks silence on viral report. Denies disrespecting or laughing during visit to Oni. Rivers local government polls. Fubara's men in the dark. Wike moves to retake political structure for Tinubu. PDP governors alleged militarization of by-election. Warn against sabotaging November convention. I take that again. PDP governors alleged militarization of by-election. Warn against sabotaging November convention. Delta 2027. Why I told Omo Agege not to challenge Governor Oboriwuri by Senator Nwoboshi. Why I told Omo Agege not to challenge Governor Oboriwuri by Senator Nwoboshi. Nigerian police repatriate Chinese gang leader in landmark Interpol operation. Nnamdi Kanu explodes, alleges miscarriage of justice, petitions NBA. NDLEA foils widow's cocaine smuggling plot with fake pregnancy. UK hands out fewer visas after new rules slash work and study permits. And then Dangote continues dominance in Africa on Forbes billionaires list. Everyone now, Daily Post is next, 7:12 a.m. Nigeria worse than country at war. Chidoka. Nigeria is worse than a country that is at war, according to Chidoka. Uba Sani's policies are people-centered, according to his scribe. ADC demands emergency declaration as 140 killed in Katsina and Zamfara state. And then let's see some of the headlines quickly. Elder brother of ex-Benue Speaker Dajo dies hours after his resignation. NLC, Atiku's aide, activist Akban rejects proposed salary raise for Tinubu governors and ministers. I take that again. NLC, Atiku's aide, activist Akban reject proposed salary raise for Tinubu governors and ministers. Alfred Mbanga sworn in as new Benue Assembly Speaker. Alfred Mbanga is his name. Mbanga sworn in as new Benue Assembly Speaker. Reps query NEC over utilization of $59 billion metering funds. And then let's look at that again. Benue Speaker resigns, and then another has taken over, according to the Bible. Let another take his seat. Okay, let's move now, everyone. Abia government urges Obingwa people to utilize Nenu Specialist Hospital. Sean quacks. Ubasani's policies are people-centered. And then Xenophobia betrays African unity, says Malema. Yeah, the great Julius Malema. FMC Bida medical director warns against spreading unverified information. Ex-Kebi Guba candidate Galaudu resigns from the People's Democratic Party. LGs are governors' ATMs. Should be scrapped. Adamu Garba. What's your take on this, everyone? Local governments are governors' ATMs. And it should be scrapped, according to Adamu Garba. Let's get to the comment section and let's get your thoughts and opinion, okay? On YouTube, like I told you, we are VOP 90.3 FM. Just get to the search bar and check out that VOP 90.3 FM. And then to the comment section, like I told you, let's get your thoughts and your opinion this morning, okay? Adamu Garba is saying local governments are governors' ATMs. It should be scrapped. So it means scrap local government. They can't get any autonomy. That's what this man is saying. Well, let's talk. We'll talk about all of that later, okay? ADC slams PDP governors for holding political meeting in Zamfara amid killings. Nafiu Bala, still ADC national chairman. Chieftain Atiku speaks. APC functions as platforms for personal ambition, not political party. Olawepo Hashim speaking. Declare state of emergency in Katsina and Zamfara over mass killings. ADC tells Tinubu. All right. And then let's check out Daily Thrust. From Daily Post, we move to Daily Thrust this morning for, some headlines. 4,489 applicants jostle for 98 vacancies at Taraba Poly. 6 dead, 3 missing as Sokoto residents fleeing bandits drown. 35 killed as military bombs terrorists at Nigeria-Cameroon border. CSOs demand suspension, prosecution of Kano officials implicated in corruption. And then, ex-governorship candidate expelled, 3 officials suspended as ADC factions battle in Gombe. Appointments can sway North Central to jettison agitations for power shift. It's a very big headline there. APC not operating like a political party. Benga Hashim is the one speaking here. And then 4 more to go here. Muslim Council bans wedding parties in Taraba State. Reps query NEC and FAM over 59 billionaire metering funds. Girl drowns in flood while rushing home to check SSCE results. So bad. Contraceptive complications. What every woman should know. It's something you might want to just read, but that story is courtesy Daily Trust newspaper. And then let's visit The Sun. Yeah, with some more headlines. PDP power game continues. PDP power game continues. All right, more than 50,000 APC members defect to ADC in Sokoto. That's the report to get this morning. More than 50,000 APC members defect to ADC in Sokoto State. APC and politics of legislative by-election victories. APC and politics of legislative by-election victories. After a month of rancor, PDP gears up for national convention. Why I want to be Anambra governor. This is according to Ifeme Ludike. From trials to triumph, Olisametu marks 60th birthday with varsity endowments. And then, finally here, Tinubu's visit to Brazil justified strategic move for Nigeria's economic future, says Dari. I told you, everyone, we are Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. If it's your first time joining us, my name is Jude. Ikami Jude. This time around, we go join Rufai Oseni for analysis of some of these stories. All right? Let's join Rufai at this time.
Right. Many stories making the round. So I'm going to break down some stories for you. And see, the truth has to be said. As regards this Haske case, Haske is the man that's been declared wanted by the EFCC. But Interpol is now saying, as international police organization, is now saying that the case is politically motivated, so they will not go after that case. And that's what Interpol is saying. You see, there are other revelations that are coming out. Yes, Aske does a lot of contracts with the NMPC of some sort. And when the investigation started, EFCC had gotten some time to speak to Aske. And Aske had told them most of what it entails with that case of that money that some people within the close circle of the presidents are pushing. That's the money around that was said to have been collected by Anske. He has already told them, and this is a revelation, the true owners of those funds. So this attempt to now politicize it because they are running against Atiku and now to use to blackmail Atiku is one that is very sad politically. And that's why, as we speak today, people like, what's it called, are saying that we are not part of this plot, Interpol, because there's a political motivation for it. So it speaks volumes now that the EFCC, whatever they plan to do, Interpol has said is politically motivated. But I'm sure they will still go after it, try as much as possible to harass Aske, use it when they are campaigning politically against Atiku. But we all know the truth, that this is politically motivated. And all of this is just because elections are around the corner. That's how they smear people's name politically. Truth is, see, the case about Wike and the lands in Abuja and the allegations about him is still there. Only yesterday, I engaged with his spokesperson on social media that he should answer about the allegations. See, if you go and check, there are 15 to 16 different documents about land appropriated to family members, about land is given to, people close to him. And there are many documents yet unreleased about land and that concern Minister Wike. So when I asked his aide, Larry Olayinka, he couldn't answer. In fact, started abusing me. Anyway, it's not today they abuse me. A man that is doing the right thing will be abused many times. And in fact, I welcome the insults and the abuse. But all I keep saying is, give us facts. Respond to what is happening. Because if you don't respond to what is happening, it shows a lot that is going on in the country. So we'll keep looking, we'll keep investigating, and we'll keep speaking. The NBA conference will commence very soon in Enugu. And in fact, they had the opening ceremony yesterday. But the truth we should ask the NBA is that, okay, what are the lawyers constantly going to talk about? And this is the time we need to talk about the Supreme Court. Last year, when involved cases, they speedily attended to those cases. But this year, if the most important case, the constitutional aberration of the state of emergency declared, I have not been listened to by the Supreme Court. Is it that they want to wait for the state of emergency declared to come to an end in September and say the case is already academic? And they want to put it under the fact that courts are on recess. It's not today they filed that case by some state governors. to be able to determine what is truly happening with the state of emergency. But the Supreme Court have not listened or responded to that case. And that's why I said the other day that when it will be said what happened to our democracy, the role the courts play will also matter. Because we need to call a spade if we truly want this nation to move forward and do well. We need to call a spade. Because if we don't do that, then nothing will happen. This nation will keep revolving in a cycle. And the truth is, we'll keep seeing pain and shame. So, please, we need to speak up. And for the federal government that is celebrating by saying that we now have a reserve of 41 billion, like I've always asked, it's just for us to be able to deduct the reserve from the debt of over 90 billion. Yes, some people have argued, oh, you don't deduct reserve from total national debt because it's not used to pay national. We are not saying reserve is used to pay national debts. You deduct it from foreign debt of over 46 billion. But see, there was a time between 2006 and 2010 that our reserves could pay our entire national debt in this country. And for those that say you don't use reserves to pay debts, at a point, we use our reserves to clear our Paris Club debts. As of 2005, 2006 in this country, we used about 12 billion from our reserves to clear entire Paris Club debt when they gave us the opportunity to use to clear it. So, and what we should also know is that there was a time that our net reserves slumped to 5.9 billion around May, where we had to clear a lot of derivatives and swaps. And we used a lot of money to clear it. It was just because we started building again that we're up to here. But we are not still out of the woods yet. Even the CBN is saying, okay, they want to build to another 100 billion. Why can't we go back to the days? And most of the monies in the reserve is also from oil inflows. But because when Ononuga was releasing the statement and he was saying that this is the time, despite not too great oil inflows, it's mostly oil inflows that is going there. SDR is about 2 billion. Gold, we have gold reserves to the tune of about $2-3 billion, about $36-37 billion as their oil and foreign portfolio, which is not a good one. We need foreign direct investments. So these are the problems with the state of the economy of Nigeria. Go and fact check me. Between 2006 to 2010, there was a time that our reserves could pay all of our national debt. We're not saying reserves are used to pay national debt. We're just saying financial prudence is the order of the day. And it should be the order of the day. And we are calling on peace in every part of this country. See, the delineation they are trying to do in Delta should not cause a lot of fracas among the ethnic groups. And we should be careful not to fan the embers of chaos and strife. We should be very careful. We should do what is right. We should call people to order. And we should call for peace. And Mr. Femi Falana is saying this morning that to EFC to return the recovered 32.7 billion and 445,000 loot to NCPIA. He's saying EFC should recover the 32.7 billion and 445,000 recovered from the officials of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster and Social Management Program to the NCPI for proper use. He made this call in public statement issued August 24, 2025, under the banner of Alliance of Surviving COVID-19 and ASCAP, where he chairs. He recalled that in January President Tinubu approved the 2.7 billion for implementation of NCIP, which includes school feeding program and the likes, and JEEP. He also noted that EFC had earlier recovered the exact sum of the 2.7 billion and $445,000 from allegedly bankrupt officials within the humanitarian affairs, but the funds are yet to be redirected to NCIPA, despite the EFCC stated policy of ensuring that recovered funds are returned for their intended purposes. We commend the EFCC and urge you to intensify efforts to return that money. And that's what Falano has stated there. So we are looking. And the PDP over the weekend are meeting in Zamfara State to be able to salvage the party as regards the convention coming up. The truth has to be said. Even the Sheyi Makinde that's trying to be the hero of the party and Wiki, those were those that are ruining the party because it didn't go in their favor. So it's easier said than done. And it's a sad one for Boniface because this is another very sad one because most top Nigerian players have just been having problems with their transfers this season. And I don't know what is going on. Ademola Lookman is still in limbo. We're hearing AC Milan have called off the proposed transfer of Victor Boniface from Bayer Leverkusen after a failed mandatory medical test. The deal included a 5 million loan fee and 24 million buyout option collapsed despite Boniface arriving in Milan in the last 48 hours. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano confirmed that AC Milan called Boniface deal off as Nigeria did not pass medical tests. The verbal agreement for 5 million loan fee and 24 million buyout clause with the player in Milano in the last 48 hours was called off due to medical, and Boniface is returning to Germany today. The report indicates that he has undergone 2 anterior cruciate ligament operations and suffers recurring groin problems, which limited his availability at the age of 24. And this is a big slap on the face of Boniface and Nigerian football. All of our top players are having challenges with transfer windows. So it's one that we should look at. Let's see how that will happen and how that will pan out. Manchester United, God knows what's happening to them. All Man U fans, they've remained winless, so they had another 1-1 draw again with Fulham. Chelsea scored 5 against West Ham, 5-1. Arsenal also did the same, but Manchester City was also beaten over the weekend. These are just some of the sad scores that are coming out and making the rounds.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rufai. You're onto Voice of the People 90.3 FM. All right, that was Rufai Oseni. Okay, just right there. This time around, before I get to open up the studio lines, let's see if we can have a conversation with someone, a political enthusiast. Guess who he is? His name is Frank Chukwuemeka Onyebuchi Akala Arowo Shegbe. Frank. Frank, good morning to you this morning. Good to have you join us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. How was your vacation? How was your break?
It was good. Did
you visit Aso Rock?
Not really. But I was in the shores of Aso Rock anyway, but I didn't enter.
That's a nice one. I will welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's get talking, Frank. Former presidential aspirant on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC. His name is Adamu Garuba. He has described the local government as automated teller machines, that is ATMs, of state governors in Nigeria. He called for the total scrapping, of the local government, which he further described as paper-only money sharing tier of government. You know, in his words, local governments should be scrapped. Local governments are governors' ATMs, and it should be scrapped. Frank, how would you weigh this man's statement?
I totally agree with him. If you have also to rely on what Obasa just said while Obasa was a president. You know, there was an issue between the federal government and Lagos State when Lagos State created Local Development Council 37 to take the clean local government from 20 to 57. Obasanjo then said, local government structure as stands today is an unorganized structure stealing. It's organized structure to steal government money. Judy, minus Lagos State that almost all the local government are developed. Please visit some states in other outside Lagos. You will now come back and ask yourself, does these people collect anything called allocation? Do they have a staff? I'm using Akoko Edo as an example. Please go to Akoko Edo whether you see any government present in Akoko Edo and they collect allocation every month. The road are bad. If you come to say that somebody like Natasha have to intervene between Langpesen and Ibilo Road, Natasha have to intervene personally. Because that was
recall.
Our route to recall. Then where is the local government funding? So I believe in what the young politicians have said. Either we scrap it or the government allow the autonomous as calling to Supreme Court judgment to stand. No wonder people like we are struggling to control the machinery from the local government because that is the NGR. That is the ATM machine on every sitting government or Godfather.
But then, Frank, we should also find out why is it kind of possible or practically impossible, you know, to implement the Supreme Court's ruling on these local government autonomy? Why is it impossible?
Then again, let's quote Obasanjo. Obasanjo once said, corruption is the twin brother of inefficiency. Corruption is the twin brother of inefficiency. Today, this country, we are corrupt. The structure put in place is corrupt. We are in this country where somebody wants bullion van wants to enter somebody out somewhere in Lagos. And he came out to say it was his money. And this is a man that he cannot trace to any factory in any part of the world, including where we see that today. So, because of corruption, the governor will never let it be. For example, when Ganduje was a governor in Kano State, imagine controlling the allocation that comes to 44 local governments. The result all of us know. Look at Umba, the current governor of Enugu State today. Look at what the young man is doing in Enugu State. Can you replicate such a thing? Can you see such a thing in any other states outside Lagos? You will not. So I totally agree that local government either be scrapped or the governor implement Supreme Court ruling. Let the allocation go straight to them so that we hold them accountable. Jude, imagine development is picking up for 774 local governments. Imagine what our production capacity will be, because that is where the raw materials are produced. Those are where the raw materials are produced. Those are where some of the finished products are produced. Imagine the taxes that will also go to them. If local government is allowed to work, imagine each local government having just one industry, one production factory, that will give us 774 local governments. Imagine the roads that connect the local government to the major cities are well designed, or is working and is good, is motorable. Imagine the transportation network, the value chain that comes with agriculture. So for me, if it's not going to work, we better scrap this, or we allow the Supreme Court judgment to stand. So the governors for me are the problem here, not the federal government.
But we will as well want to find out if local government areas are scrapped, if local government is scrapped, LGs are scrapped, what will replace it? How is it going to be taken care of? I mean, we're talking about the grassroots now.
Judy, scrapping it for me might not be the best way to go. But looking at the corruption that is taking place at local government level, have you visited any local government? In short, visit local government, some of the high quarter. I don't have to call a particular location here. You see them 25, 20, 22, 20, 24, 25, when the salary has dropped, they want to come and collect their salary. After that, they don't see them again. Because that is where the production process is supposed to actually start. The production process of the nation. It starts from the local government level. Today, we don't see them. What they do, anybody that becomes House of Rep or a senator, you nominate people that want to become local government staff. And those will be working with him in a federal capital or state capital, and they'll be collecting salary for local government.
Okay. All right.
I once read in one of our newspapers that somebody that is working in UK was a local government staff in Nigeria, correct salary. So the corruption have gone beyond what we discussed in page of newspaper. It need a national event for everybody to check from the kind they be committing. Yes, it takes us nowhere.
Let's get up to some other headlines quickly this morning. There is discredit following the proposed salary increase, for the president, for governors and ministers and other government officials in the country. In fact, as I speak to you, NLC, Atiku's aide, some activists, and a couple of persons are rejecting the proposed salary raise for this set of people.
Then again, why the increase for political office holder with the mogul salary they are already collecting and the allowances? Sheikh Usani once told us that as a senator, your salary is within 18 million in a month. But if you also look at the exchange rates, convert 18 million naira to dollar to USD because we are in a global market, then it comes down to around $12,000-13,000. And Jude, if you also look at it from a political angle, the day you become a senator, your expense will increase. And once you leave that office as a senator, your followers don't want to know whether you have left that office. So they will still be coming for you. Recently, I have opportunity to stay with one a very senior person in civil servant. When he showed me his phone, we have a discussion that he showed me his phone. See the people that are on his payroll from his local government. Somebody want to do wedding. Somebody daughter want to marry. Somebody want to do burial. Somebody want to graduate. Somebody want to do a party. Someone want to do an anniversary. They are all punching different tests to this young man. Where will the young man get the money? But that is also not to support the fact that increasing political office holder now is for me is an insensitivity to Nigerians' life as we speak. Because we need more money. Federal government need more money to put us on structure that will assist in the value chain process. Today, we have over 48,000 federal unmotorable roads. Federal 48,000. 48,000 federal kilometer road that are not motorable. Have we fixed it? Because that is one thing that insists in developing the value chain. Like Yamu said, though not conceding that spending $712 billion $712 billion to renovate or surface our airport is part of the value chain to generate the economic indices that we need, that will alleviate more from poverty. So increasing political office holder salary for me is an insensitivity. It's a plight. I see it as a plight for Tinubu to buy more votes.
Okay.
That's my interpretation.
Okay. But let's look at the reason given.
If not, why now? If not, why now? Why now?
Let's look at the reason given by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. They revealed that the move is to add to what the governors have, and that's not just it. They said that the ministers and the governors and the president, what they are actually taking is inadequate, is unrealistic, and is outdated. Those are the reasons given, by this body. Unrealistic, outdated,
but did
and inadequate.
Did he give us the actual figure? Did he give us the actual figure? From side stories, I understand the governor's salary is around 450,000 per month. How do we know? There was a time somebody was doing analysis of the president's salary, because president is not in any allowance. He doesn't collect any allowance. It was during Jonathan that the president's salary is around 14 million per annum. let's look at where the corruption is coming from. Let's see how if corruption has become an institution. When somebody was analyzing Jonathan's salary for 6 years as a president, that Jonathan was supposed to have more than 35 million naira. Then, according to them, that they found about 240 million naira in Jonathan's salary in account in one of the old generation banks. Are you telling me that a president wants to become president is contented to collect 14 million naira salary as per annum? Is that the motive?
Okay, let's look at it, Frank.
All those who have God's money.
I'm trying to get
become president.
I'm trying to actually get a breakdown, here, and I think I have it now. According to Muhammad Shehu, he disclosed that the president presently earns 1.5 million naira monthly, while ministers receive less than 1 million naira, stating that these figures have remained unchanged since 2008. They never change them. Now, according to him, paying the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1.5 million naira a month with a population of over 200 million people is a joke. Is a big joke. Paying the president that amount of money.
He's also forgetting that the president, as we speak, he does not pay for house rent, doesn't pay electricity bill, he doesn't pay children's school fees. He uses our private jets. He puts our money. In short, president totally ought to not to give up to 500,000 for a month, but he's not buying anything.
Oh, really?
Also, don't forget. Yes. Also, don't forget that being a president to become president, you must have spent how many of billion naira? Are you telling me that you spend those billion naira, those billions of naira to become the president to earn 18 million for a year? This is where the corruption. This is where we need to start the discussion for corruption. They are poorly paid because they live. But the people, the corruption are expected to live on the state. No wonder somebody can. Every president that comes buy a new car. Is it part of his salary? Recently, it was on the news that our current presidential jet being used by our current president because of safety. If you listen to Olamiga, he said, "Do we want the president to die?" When he was defending the Mogos $150 million. Like those people that they are playing class once one vice president for one African country. Is it part of his salary? So that's where the corruption starts. Why will you pay a sitting president 1.5 million naira? The amount to about less than $1,000 for a month. Will American president collect $1,000 for a month? That's where the corruption starts. So we build corruption into our payroll system.
Finally, I want to ask you.
And you are saying they should not steal?
On these, Frank, I want to ask you, do you think that this thing coming at this time, these salary raise coming up at this time, some will tell you is kind of politically motivated because of 2027 elections, so that everyone
that's why
will
I say
sit up.
It's a way of Tinubu. It's a way of this current APC government that have paid woefully to buy votes. Then again, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's just be honest with ourselves. With the increase of the corruption in the government circle,
okay,
it will not stop it. So that's why we don't even need to even discuss increment to any political cause. Their corruption is enough for them. They are looting. You see inflation of contracts here and there. You see they try to look for a local government councillor in your area and see last time whether I live with 120,000 naira. Local government salary is 125,000 naira. Look at their lifestyle. Look at the kind of car they use. If they ever live on that money.
Will this be one of the reasons why Olawikpo Hashim came out this morning to say that APC functions as a platform for personal ambition and it doesn't function like a political party?
Without considering, do you read the judgment from Canada court that APC and PDP are political and they are terrorist organization?
I saw that.
You read that report? So that report. And what are the indications? What are the indices of a terrorist group? Smashing of ballot paper is there. Stopping other people's rights from functioning is there. Killing people arbitrarily is there. Coming to defend, smash it, take it by force and run with it is there. Though without conceding to those because they also set their criteria according to their norms and customs there. But As it stands today, corruption has been built into our system. That's why you see some schools in Nigeria, you see some landlord and tenant, they are exchanging dollar, they are using dollar to buy local products. As against your law, that the only regular currency that must be traded in your territory is your national currency, which is naira. Then again, that can be defined as a national security. Today, go to some eyebrow area, you see landlord putting his house out for rent for dollar to pay dollar. You see some schools paying dollar as school fees. At least Yaya Bello's children is see on the public space. So corruption has come to stay with us. The only thing we are saying, let's minimize the way we do it so that the global world will not be looking at us. They will not be laughing at us. Somebody said something recently that once you show your green, white, green in any international airport, there's a special focus.
Of course.
Why will
I witnessed that recently.
That salary at this point? You see it. So the corruption they practice, and Jonathan said something long ago that some businesses in Nigeria you do does not know that it's corruption. There are some businesses we do. It is in this country. CBS came to our estate. NDIC and CBS said they were not aware that CABA was resisted. It was when he said yes, it's not went after them. There are some businesses we do as in Nigeria. It's corruption. So coming to increase salary at this point for a political office holder that are already blending the country, do they pick our national budget and see the current expenditure? You will know that these guys are not sensitive to Nigerian plight. Talking about salary. For somebody that live in government house, he's not spending 1 naira. Everything he use. Plus the cloth he wear is from the state. So why is that person collecting money? Did they tell her that they came to serve?
All right, let's
for me, say no.
Let's look at some of the stories. Tinubu's Brazil visit strategic is a game changer in economic diversification.
Another waste of our national resources. Another waste of our national resources.
They say it's strategic. It's a game changer in economic diversification.
Jude, if my data serve me right, Buhari traveled close to about 40 times in the first tenor. Minus the medical tourism, what do we get from it? Tinubu, when they were counting Tinubu's achievement, for the first 2 years, Tinubu traveled 32 times. As of May 29, Tinubu has traveled 32 times. As of May 29, has traveled 32 times. Jude, do you know the cost of president's family, the entourage, the fuel of our private jet? To fly that kind of jet for 1 hour, you know how many thousands of dollars of fuel we spend? What are the aviation charges? What are the security protocols that keep in the hotel? All of them, they are paying insurance. What have we gotten for that 32 trip? So Brazil-Japan trip was a complete waste. It's a complete waste. What is the effect of Brazil and Japan in Nigerian economy? Can you feel it? Japan is using us to sell their products. It was a waste. It's a complete waste. It's not issue that we should discuss at national level because it was a complete waste. Then you went there and be talking of giving Africa 2 permanent seats. How is that our problem? Does that stop the killing in Benue and the Plateau? Does that stop the fraud that is feeding both farmland?
As regards,
ASU is threatening to go on strike again now.
As regards Katsina and Zamfara, ADC is telling Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in those 2 states over insecurity. Declare it. Don't be quick to declare state of emergency where it's not needed. E.g. River State.
According to Tinubu's definition of state of emergency, they are not having political crisis. They are having insecurity. That is not his concern. River, we are having political crisis with their godfathers and between godfather and godson. So Katsina and Kaduna will never be declared state of emergency because they are his friend. Ubasani that is singing Tinubu everywhere he go. Tinubu becoming like a national anthem for Ubasani, even when the people are dying.
Okay.
Lawal from Zamfara is saying that he will support Tinubu is his friend. That if ADC or any of them does not bring a credit for it, he will likely support the current administration. So is that the states? People that are singing his praises, they can't declare state of emergency. But what is currently there deserves state of emergency. Do not remove the governor, but remove the security unit of the government and defect to a military man to tackle the insecurity there. That's what Jonathan did in 5 states that include Borno. And Shetima came out to acknowledge the fact that is how state of emergency ought to be declared.
Okay.
We remove the security units of the government and defect it to the military officers, either former or current ministry, to deal with the security issues. Rather, we suspended the constitution in the whole state with impunity because my own court is he have seen the fact that he have divided Nigeria more along ethnicity. So thinking that you need to get river to support Lagos and Jude, APC can never win Lagos. I don't understand corrected. Because people are getting more angry on daily basis.
Did you just say APC cannot win Lagos? Lagos, Lagos, Frank, Lagos.
Did Labour beat their hands down last election? I see history repeating itself. They said they are telling us that there's not going to be an election in Lagos. They said they have told us that. They said that they're going to write results. If not,
Frank,
history will repeat itself.
Frank,
on the presidency level.
Frank, with this one you've mentioned, people will tell you define trouble. Oh, you define trouble. APC cannot win Lagos.
Last election.
Only God knows what 2027 election will be like in Lagos. With what they've seen in the previous election.
But in 2023, Jude, it's not the record. See, when you are coming as a fresh president, we have so many teams, we have so many political capital working for you. Because you'll be telling them what you do. But now, what will Tinubu tell us that he's going to do? We'll be telling us, okay, for the first 4 years, what have you done? What have you done? The only first thing we have seen from this government is inflation is jumping from the roof. Insecurity is on the outside. People can no longer eat good food. Quality education is coming to like zero. Medical care, zero. That is also to say the current president himself have converted France and UK to medical tourism. It's an indication of a failure. The constant state is saying you have built for years. You build the hospital you cannot attend. I don't know. God help us, Jude. They said they are saying there's not going to be election in 2027. Yes, the history in 2023 report will repeat itself.
I'm sure you've heard that 2027 for some persons will be do or die. Will be get it. I mean, the level of grab it, snatch it, and run away with it is going to be higher than the one we witnessed in 2023 election. I'm sure you're aware.
You thought Nigerians are also not ready for them?
No, are you sure? This set of Nigerians that we see.
You think Nigerians will
ready
also go there see how vote? Nigeria will vote. There's one thing I go to campaign against APC. The hunger in the land will campaign against the APC.
Okay.
Dino once said something, so you cannot defend APC and not look stupid. Reason being that when they come out on the screen to defend APC, they are struggling because the indication is very clear that Nigerians are suffering under this leadership. That we expected so much from this government. Reason being that he saw the failure of Obasanjo if at all he failed. He saw where Yar'Adua also get it wrong. He saw where Jonathan got it wrong. Then when Buhari get it wrong, he now repeated the same story of getting it wrong.
Okay,
Frank. I pray for him.
Frank,
I also agree that it's so easy to lead.
Let me quickly take you to Sokoto, where we hear that more than 50,000 members of the APC have all defected to the ADC. 50K members, like Facebook followers. 50K members.
I watch it online. I watched it online.
How would you describe
I watched
such
it online.
move?
There is already a very strong conspiracy against this current administration from the North. The North have made up their mind they're not going to vote for this administration. And it's unfortunate that every successive government from the South try to concentrate more in the North. Jonathan built 127 elementary schools in the North. About 127 elementary schools. Most of those schools today are being converted to mosques. They say they don't need Western education. Because not that they don't need it, just to play the politics and get Jonathan out. Unfortunately, those people that wanted Jonathan out, they are not the one going to call the young man to come and take the ticket. I wish them well. Then come back to Sokoto. Who are those people that bring Buhari to power? Tinubu himself, Aregbesola, and Mechi. These are the key figures. So okay. There are many. Let's say the key figures. Aregbesola, Tinubu, the Rufai, Mechi, Shetima, then Kwakwanso, Saraki, and Tambawa. Look at those people and see how they divided themselves. Amechi, Tambawa, Kwakwanso, Rufai, they are one wing. Aregbesola, they are one wing. It's only Tinubu and Shetima that is on one wing. See where the issues are coming from. So Sokoto 50,000 was even too small. I expected APC to be shut down in Sokoto completely because they made up their mind on where they are heading to. Yeah, the only savior my president is supposed to have now, if he has fixed the economy to a level where people can say, okay, come rain, they have tried. We can trust it for another 4 years. But we are not seeing it, Judy. All we are seeing is looting everywhere. Thank God they wake up on the security angle now. They are trying to deal with those boys that are crossing us in security, embarrassment security. I begin to see some traction from that angle. I give it to him. I praise him. I can score it for security now. I can score it for 45%, not even 50. But at least I've seen traction compared to Mohamed Buhari leadership pattern. But then again, all those people together are still translated to the welfare of Nigerian people. The answer is no.
Also in Kaduna, Rufai hails unity spirit as Kaduna SDP merges into ADC. Kaduna SDP merges into ADC.
Rufai is not. I'm not an Rufai fan. I'm not a fan of Rufai because Rufai sometimes he tried to defend to where favors him. Rufai was trained and grown by PDP. Today he betrayed the PDP. Who was Rufai in 1999? Today look at Rufai profile has created. So despite this, you cannot underrate Rufai. And we advise our president to a political watchdog, those people that attack everywhere. He should call them not to attack Rufai again. Because the more you attack Rufai, the more he aggravates the anger they have towards him. I don't know what their problem is, but I remember during 2023 election, 2022, President Tinubu went to Katsina to beg Rufai personally. I watched it on screen. I wasn't there. During one of the Katsina's economic summit, he begged him. So if you know it does not have political value, why do you do that? Why do you go that far? And Rufai has said it very clearly. Anybody that thinks that Tinubu will come back to government house is not in this world. I want to see how he play it out. Then we should play all these things with peace. Let Nigeria be in peace. We don't need bloodshed.
We don't need bloodshed.
Aso Rock is not somebody's word. Yeah, we don't need bloodshed. Aso Rock is not somebody's workshop.
All right.
It belongs to Nigeria. So
okay.
There is a procedure to get in there.
All right. Let's talk about the procedure in Rivers State currently, which will be the final one before I get to open up the studio lines. We hear that Wike is making a very big move to retake political structure for Tinubu in 2027. Rivers local government polls, Fubara's men in the dark. Wike moves to retake political structure for Tinubu. 2 minutes on this before we go.
Yes, I expect that. And unfortunately, Wike, for me, looking at the indices on ground, Wike do not have the power, capacity to influence river directions. Except Subara, we continue that their momentum of writing the election to write the results. Now, I expect Tinubu to be more nationalistic than being a regional person. I expect Tinubu to be more nationalistic than to be a regional person. Putting so much effort to get river votes will make you to lose some of the votes in the north. No region will make person a president in this country. If you look at the constitution, you are trying to have. Do you see any governor in the north defecting? It's the southern governor that are defecting.
That's
If
true.
you want the
That's
governors
true.
in
That's
PDP
true.
in the south, they are the ones defecting. What the president want to do is to cover the government. Last election, our president got 8.9 million votes, out of which over 5.40 million votes is coming from the north. That's about 62.8%. I don't think we get 100%. I don't think we get 10% from that vote any longer. So he's trying to cover the shortfall from the south. Unfortunately, the south number is not speaking to that. Is mathematics. Since we can become governor in Rivers State have never produced more than 800 votes, 800,000 votes. But before the River used to drop 1.6, 1.2, 1.4. Immediately we came up with all the rigging machine. The election have not gone beyond 800,000 votes. Please take your 800,000 votes in Port Harcourt and look at Kano, 2.8 million votes. Look at Kaduna. Look at the Sokoto. Look at Katsina. Look at Kebbi. Look at Zamfara. So this regional politics of our president is not going to help Nigeria. You should please stop it. It's making the North look very. It's making the North to feel as if because they have the number, they will swing the election to what they want. It's not true. It should be a national president. It's a Nigerian president. It's not a regional president. I dare to declare state of emergency in Zamfara and see if the country we find it easy the way it was in Port Harcourt.
Thank you so much, Frank Ayala, for having this conversation with us this morning. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a nice day today.
You are listening to the number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
All right, everyone, 0700 903 903 903. That's a number to call to be part of the conversation this morning. But if only you keep it civil for me. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Let's have a conversation from now on up until 8:30. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. Just about 60 seconds for you. Mind what you say on the national radio. All right? Let's go there. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Talk to us.
Yeah. Sister, you see, Tinubu himself have gathered the whole and put into his pocket. And he wanted to get 2027 election by all means. Anything can use to get 2027 election. That's the system that he's using. That is why he made all the governors in the whole state to be effective APC, so that those one can connect their vote to the federal seat, so they can win 2027 election. That is what he wants. He doesn't want to hear anybody. That's the system that he's using. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning here. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm not satisfied. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. This
Yes.
is Mama Letgo.
All right.
Greetings, sir. And this is special greeting to my new boyfriend, Chief Tinubu. You see,
I won't take that. I won't take that. I will not take that. I will not take calling of names. All right. I wouldn't subscribe to that. Please mind what you say on a national radio. Yes. Hello, good morning here.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Judy.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is Baba G.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frank has spoken very well, if you ask me.
Mm.
And if you look at the permutation, 2027, honestly, it did not favor the president, Tinubu, at all. Because he said something very valid. I mean, Frank, there is no single governor from the north who are defeated. And if it comes to numbers, whether in reality or not, it comes from the north, not the south. But what you are trying to do now, you want to cow all the southern governors to the camp. I don't know he's advising him. And there is one thing I understand, the south as a whole. Even if all the governors, they come to the ruling party, APC, the mind of the people is different. It has happened many times before. That is why I suggested, thank God, Jonathan may not contest, because he has not spoken a word. He will not contest, I believe. Now, if the team favor Obi and Atiku, probably Atiku may not fly the flag of being president. Obi. And all the gladiators rally around Obi, like Rufai, Rufai, that of David Mark, Atiku, Arebishola from the Oshun, Southwest here, rally around and support Obi. I promise you, whether all the Southern governors they come to APC, Obi will clear the whole South and the Southeast. Why the Southwest, they will divide the Southwest.
Okay.
Why the Northern vote, according to their emir and the caliphate, we direct the vote to one person. That is, it should be Obi. That is my thinking. But if the security will allow it and INEC, these two institutions, INEC and security, I said it the other day, another platform. I think Solomon has really tried for you. Now, I said that it's only God that can remove President Tinubu, and that is the truth.
Okay.
But permutation did not favor him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you too. All right. Let me read this message from this person. Before I take the next call, let me read this message. This person is saying, good morning to you. Former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, wants a coalition for Tinubu, and Tinubu doesn't want coalition because Tinubu's coalition is INEC and Judiciary. Leo. Tinubu has not traveled to the United States of America because he's afraid of being arrested for the reason best known to him. Okay, we don't know about that. Let's talk to you now. Hello, good morning. I hope you take back your words this time.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes.
I want to talk to your president. It is easy for your president, not my president, your president, Tinubu. I want to challenge him. Since he's a strategic planner, please ask them to sign electoral reform for my children. Then declare that any person when buy vote, make they keep a firing squad. Declare that person must not share money, person must not buy vote. It must be free and fair election. Since you feel you have done well to Nigeria, sign electoral reform, declare that there must not be vote buying, and any of your students that buy vote, they should go for firing squad. And let's see if by 10 a.m. you would have been declared a winner. This you felt you've done so much good for Nigeria. You dey hear me? I dare you. I dare you. I dare you, the so-called president of Nigeria, declare that it must be a free and fair election. If you can do it, then you are a man. But if you cannot do it,
let's leave the remaining one there. Let's leave it. Thank you. Let's leave it. Can Nigerians count on the what now? Can Nigerians count on the statement made by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar that he is not desperate to become a president, but his major priority is for the country to heed in a positive way? Okay, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to understand. Timitokwe Onatoye is saying, what's that again? Direction and that begins. Okay, finally, desperate. Okay. Don't worry, I'll take your call. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Here.
Hello. Good morning. I'm good.
Good morning.
You are welcome back. My name is Shola.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome.
We need to Solomon really stood in for you. Yeah. So, quick one. The federal government posting that there's billions of dollars in the reserve or whatever, and they are going. My question is, does it make sense for a family man, the father of the house, you have a lot of money in the bank, and your children are suffering, and your children are wearing packers through? Doesn't make sense, And what they keep doing is giving palliatives, keeping them as if at war. Is Nigeria rabbit by war? Are we refugees? Then case one. You take strong in River State also. It's because the president is giving in the way, and this is just a chokehold. They are doing it, but the truth of the matter is that it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be able to come back. And lastly, this 2027 election. My question is that, please, does anybody think this president will spearhead or facilitate electoral reforms? Because without it, I foresee there's going to be chaos because Nigerians are tired. That's what my question. Will we facilitate? Thank you, and come to God bless.
Right. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate your call. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Okay, good morning here.
Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Judy.
Yes, anyone. No wahala. Talk to us.
My name is Obina, calling from Edibo.
Okay.
Every morning, every day, all the whole radio station talking. Nigeria is just like a moving vehicle that the steering brake off. Corruption in Nigeria. Talking about corruption in Nigeria is too much. It's over. Again, anyhow, Tinubu will not anybody to disgrace him out of office. But in free and fair election, Tinubu will not win one local government in Nigeria. In free and fair election, APC will not win one ward. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Free and fair. That's what I want to hear in a free and fair contest. Okay, this person is saying that the federal government should please drop the idea of school feeding program and channel the money for the renovation of schools and give free education to our children. School feeding program is an avenue of politicians to loot our treasury, as it happened during former President Muhammadu Buhari's time. It will not work and under President Tinubu as well. Opposition parties and well-meaning Nigerians should push for electoral reform very urgently before 2027 election, without which what happened in 2023 election will repeat itself. Benjamin from Shogunle. Let's talk to you. Hello, good morning here.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm Charles Otta, calling from Jegemo.
Okay.
You see, this electoral reform, everybody are clamoring on. You remember last during Buhari, he signed the deal, and the electoral reform was signed, but it was not implemented. So if we are to go into again now, say, okay, and let us go for this, the implementation is the problem. So that's the thing that we are going to look into. If we clamor now and all of us walk and go straight to the National Assembly to protest, and at the end, the signing will be implemented. That is the major thing I want to consider there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name?
Hello, Jide.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Prince from Sweden.
All right.
My appeal this morning and the challenge this morning is on the Supreme Court.
Okay.
I dare Supreme Court again this week that they should hear that state of emergency matter. If they know that they want us to believe that all this justice they have been dispensing is nothing but the true justice in Nigeria. I did it this morning. Supreme Court, if you have the guts, if you know that you are Supreme Court, please hear that case of Fubara state of emergency. I did them this morning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You dare them. Hello, good morning here. Good morning. What's your name? Are you there? Uh-oh. All right, welcome back. Feeding of school children should not be seen as a development, but to provide an enabling environment for them. All right? Breaking of Alaba Go market is a good one. NFF should give our Super Falcons their rewards. Okay. Let's look at some of the messages here now. What's this person saying? Good morning, VOP family. My name is Ibezim. All right. This APC government cannot fix Nigeria. Let them reform electoral system. The federal government should release Mazin Amdekano. Ibezim, thank you so much. Appreciate you. A state of emergency should be declared nationwide, not just in Katsina and Zamfara. Because of the high level of insecurity, meanwhile, the local government has been captured by state governors, as the government has captured every government agency for personal and political weapons against their perceived enemies. The Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy should be implemented immediately. Nigerians must wake up and begin to choose the best of us to rule the rest of us to get the best from us. May God help and heal our land. Frank O. Nero from the United States of America. Prince Ayotek is saying it's a beautiful Monday morning. Nigeria worse than country at war simply because of bad leadership. Since Mr. President have achieved his long-term ambition, let him resign. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Matthew Uko. I'm calling from Ejibo.
Welcome.
Okafa.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kamijide. Welcome from you.
Thank you.
My take this morning is Nigerians should be singing one song. And that song is no electoral reform, no election, come 2027. All the opposition parties should be singing one song. No reform, no election. No reform, no election. I have never seen a country that is so corrupt like Nigeria. We should talk about electoral reform. Electoral reform, electoral reform. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. I've been saying this all along. Nigerians should scrutinize their local and state governments. What are they doing with their monthly allocations and internally generated revenue? Instead of blaming Tinubu, let's hold our state and local governments accountable for their actions and resource utilization. Aberdeen from Bagada sent that message. A beautiful morning to you, and thank you so much, Mr. Frank Ayala, for the beautiful insight on the whole matter. Brutal analysis now. How are we sure it is still President Tinubu that is still running, or his son Sheyi? Because I don't see his master strategy and his magic wand in effect. Corruption has skyrocketed since he imposed himself as Nigerian president. Without electoral reform, there should be no voting in this country. Mary from Isheri Oshun sent that message. Let's hear from you now. Talk to us. Good morning.
Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
You're welcome. This speaker from Isolo. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. The last speaker, the senator, let us be practical this time around. Not be talking what we say yesterday, we say it again. Let us be practical on our request, on our stand on issues. Without electoral reform, let us start it in that way. I support that last speaker in a way he's put it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Rather than scrapping local government areas, the government should allow them to function optimally through economic restructuring and fiscal federalism. The local government should be allowed to control the resources in their domain, contribute to the state, while the state will contribute to the federal. That's the only way to make government at all levels productive. Okay. Thank you for your opinion. Good morning here.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Leonard Toyaba.
Okay.
Now, it can be, when I watch and see somebody tell me that you want a state, I give you a state. It just sounds like I now have all the voters in Edo State in my pocket. I can release them to you. Now we are having a situation. Somebody has said, no reform, no election. We're having a situation in because when I see them have late, they say APC got this figure. How can you be relying on the short figure and be using it to count on who won or who didn't win? When the people who perpetrated the evil are already telling us that okay, this one this is how it was perfected. Now you can't be using the figure and be saying that this is the first person, this is the second person. No, that is wrong. Because it's figure that somebody like Mahmoud Yakubu sat down and wrote, and then they pronounce it. So how can we be using it as a yardstick to measure who won or who didn't win? That being that. But no reform, no election. Let me tell you, it must be like we have all the names of person, the picture of person, the names, picture captured by beavers. Everything written that it is personalistic. That's the picture of the person who is voting, the name of the person who is, the phone number of the person who is voting, and everything. Not just ordinary ballot paper and people just thumbprint. And two people can sit down and pack all the ballot paper and start thumbprinting. And they pack them. No, it should be personalistic. It should be personal. That the ballot paper must be handwritten, must be personal. After the form that people will fill in. And then the picture of the person was captured by the viewers machine. When you finish that, it will be easy for people who are packing and talking.
Thank you.
To do that.
Thank you so much.
They are nonsense they have been doing to us.
Appreciate you.
It's
okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. As you mark your second year in office, we recall your claim of years of preparation for this role. Unfortunately, your tenure so far has brought immense hardship to ordinary Nigerians who voted for change. With 2 years remaining, we urge you to, course correct and prioritize policies that improve citizens' lives. By doing so, you'll cement your legacy and earn a place in history. Sincerely, Ama Ogun State is the one who is sending that message. All right, everyone. I really have to go now to come back much later, okay? I will be here later by 10:30 up until 12. I will be here to take more of your messages, take more of your calls, and of course, we'll have a beautiful conversation alongside everyone. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. I love you all so much. And again, to Solomon of Fem, thank you so much. To the GM, thank you. To Bichuku, handsome Katsina, thank you. To Adigbo, thank you. Thank God, Kelechiku, thank you so much. Everyone, I'm back here. Don't forget, I'm always here because you're there. I see you again. Good morning to you.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of the individual contributors